Greetings, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland. I'm opposite Jimi Hendrix house in London on Brook Street. It's that white house there with a blue plaque between the first floor windows. So Jimi Hendrix was born in the United States in the Pacific Northwest in 1942. He's often remembered as an African-American musician, and he was African-American. He had some Cherokee and white ancestry as well. So his family had very little money when he was growing up, and it was a time of great upheaval, his early life, in the 60s with the counterculture, with the civil rights campaign and so on. But anyway, he joined the US Army, and it really didn't agree with him, so he left after a couple of years, and is best known as a guitarist. And so the Jimi Hendrix Experience was his band. He's made his name in the United States, and he came over here, and he was a sensation. And he lived in the UK on and off only for about 2 years, but he was already very well known. There were only 3 television channels in those days. If you were ever on television, you were instantly famous. So he's well known for Voodoo Lounge, Foxy Lady, all along the Watchtower, Hey Joe, songs like that. He was a major abuser of drugs, and some of his songs are about that. And he had this bass voice that he used to sing along to. Famously at Woodstock, he played the US national anthem in a very innovative style. He played the guitar with his teeth and so on. And he was known for his extraordinarily eccentric dress sense, with caftans, with these high leather boots and so on. He was a voracious reader, despite having not had much of a higher education. Anyway, so he lived in this house here for some time, 1968-69, and beside him, by a bizarre coincidence, where Handel lived. Maybe it's not. Maybe did Hendrix particularly want to live there specifically because Georg Friedrich Handel had lived right next door. Anyway, then in 1970 he was staying in the Samarkand Hotel, a bit to the west of here, well, a few miles to the west. It no longer exists. It was in the Notting Hill area. The building is still there, but it's no longer a hotel. And he died of a drug overdose in the middle of the night. He died at the age of 27. I can't remember which drugs he was abusing. I think he was taking heroin. And Jim Morrison died of the same thing, if I'm right, in the same year actually, and also at the age of 27. I'm not sure if they ever met. So, 2 of the most famous American musicians of their generation felled by drug abuse. That's him, someone who was obviously cut off in his prime, well before his time, had so much more to contribute to music. That's enough about Jimi Hendrix's house.